What's up, Notjust developers? Welcome to a new build. And today we're gonna start working on the Netflix clone, and we're gonna clone it using React Native and AWS Amplify. I'm super excited about this build. And yeah, we had a poll on Twitter and on YouTube. And yeah, Netflix clone seemed to be the clone that everyone was waiting for. We're gonna work a lot with videos, and this clone can be the knowledge from this clone can be used in a lot of other applications that contains like video on demand, I don't know, courses, YouTube-like applications, and so on. So let's have a look firstly at what we're gonna build today. First of all, that's going to be the home screen, which will display multiple categories with different horizontally scrolling, a list of movies like that will be horizontally scrollable. Then we're gonna get into the movie details screen where we'll show the poster, the details about the movie, description, the cast, and so on. Also in this screen, when we will scroll down, we'll see a list of episodes, and also we'll be able to switch from season to season to see different episodes. And then the last part in today's video will be implementing the movie player, which will allow us to play videos on user device. We'll make it full screen, yeah, as Netflix does. So yeah, this video will cover only the UI. And during the next week, we'll implement everything using the backend, which will be an Amplify backend with the API, authentication, and so on. So for the front-end technologies, I saw a lot of people are asking me to do Expo. Whenever I do Expo, people are asking me to do React Native CLI, but I decided because a couple of builds that we already did previously were using React Native CLI. Now it's time to try it with Expo. Let's have a bit of diversity here. So yeah, we're gonna use React Native, we're gonna use Expo. For the language, we're gonna use TypeScript. And if you're not familiar with TypeScript, don't worry, it's the same JavaScript. And if it's the same JavaScript with types, it's a bit more secure in terms of development. But if you'll write the same JavaScript in TypeScript, everything will work. Yeah, you'll have some red warnings, but everything will work. So don't worry about that. We're gonna use modern technologies in React as functional components, hooks, and so on. And I'm gonna teach you, what everything does. For the libraries, we're gonna use Expo AV to render the video player, React Native navigation to manage the navigation in our application, moving from screen to screen, sending data between screens, and so on. And vector icons to render the icons. Okay, so what will you learn by following along this build? And I highly encourage you, if you're learning React Native, AWS Amplify, and these technologies, I highly recommend you to follow along and do this build along with me. And also try to implement more features that I do, and only then you will actually master this technology by doing, not just by watching. And so you'll learn, first of all, you'll learn how to set up a React Native project using Expo, to render built-in components like text, images, views, and so on, to create your own components that you'll be able to reuse throughout the application, like a movie poster or something like that will contain an image and a title. Everything will be done using functional components. You'll learn how to use props to send data from component to component in order to make these components reusable. You'll learn how to use state in order to manage the data and the logic inside the component. Navigation to navigate between screens, how to declare them, how to send data between screens, and so on. You'll learn also how to install third-party libraries, because we'll work with Expo AV, and also we'll learn how to work with these videos. So if you're new here on this channel, hello, my name is Vadim. Welcome to this channel, to this community. So I'm a full stack developer for over 7 years. At the moment, I'm a CTO at a small startup in the sports industry. I also worked at Amazon as a software developer engineer. And now, I'm trying to share my experience, my knowledge with you guys here on YouTube. So if you enjoy what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing to the channel, because from the analytics I saw that 98% of you haven't subscribed to the channel. So take your time, drop a subscribe, and let's move forward. So if you want to follow along this build, you will need a React Native and an Expo environment setup. So you need to follow the getting started of React Native to make sure that you have everything installed on your machine. The same with Expo. They have this guide on their documentation. And the next step is to download the dummy data, images, icons, PDF presentation, and so on, from assets.notjust.dev/Netflix. And there I included all the data that we will need during this project in order to save up your time, so you'll not waste it on writing this dummy data and so on. So I made everything for you, everything for free. Download and then we can get started. But first, let's have a look at the chat. Hello guys, that was the introduction. So how are you doing, guys? Are you excited about the brand new build? Because we have spent around 2 months on the Uber clone. Hopefully Netflix will be shorter. Yeah, I saw that people were asking to use the Expo, so here it is. I just came here to hit like. I'll rewatch the live stream in the morning. Thank you very much. Okay. Thanks, man. What you do is awesome. Thank you very much for appreciating the work. Welcome from Ethiopia. Hello. How long is going to take? I'm planning that it's going to be 2, maximum 3 videos, and usually our videos take around 2 to 3 hours, usually 3. Because we're going in depth and explaining everything. All right, guys. Okay, let's get started with the code because we have work to do. So I will stop whenever possible and answer your questions, or at the end we can stay for 20-30 minutes and I will answer all your questions. But now, let's get started. And the first thing that we need to do is to initialize the Expo project using Expo Init Netflix. And also make sure to choose the template, which is written tabs with TypeScript. So I already did that in order to save time, not to waste, to wait until it initialize. So basically, that's what I did. In a terminal, I wrote Expo Init Netflix, and then I chose the template, and this is the important part, tabs with TypeScript. And then I opened the generated project. Let me close this. I opened the generated project in VS Code. So finally I moved to VS Code, guys. I miss web store, but no, I think I set up it pretty okay, and I'm still getting used to it with all the shortcuts and so on. So in VS Code, open the terminal here and write yarn start. That will start the development server, which is here, which will open a window in your browser. And also this time I decided to run the application in browser. Okay, I'm not showing the screen. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's do this part again. So, okay, the first step is to initialize the project with Expo Init Netflix. And also, yeah, make sure to choose the tabs with TypeScript template. And I did that here doing Expo Init Netflix. Then, when asked about the template, choose the third one, tabs with TypeScript. After that, I open the project in Visual Studio Code. And here in the terminal, I wrote yarn start. That opened the development website. And from here, we can run our application in Android, iOS, or in browser. So this is the first time that I'm going to try to run it in browser because in order for it to work on any device, so yeah, I thought that not everyone can run it on iOS simulator. So yeah, to make sure that it works for everybody. But it should work on both iOS and Android, and at the end, I'll try to test it in these emulators. But now I run it in browser, and here to the right, we can see our application in the browser. Okay, so let's go to, where is my presentation? Okay, let's have a look at the project, at the structure of a project, and then clean it and start working. Okay, where is it? Here. Up like this. Hopefully you can see the code. So here, yeah, the first thing that we need we can have a look at is the app.tsx, and this is the entry point of our application. This is the first file that our application renders. So here we have a navigation component that will render all the screens that we have in our application. And currently we have two screens, tab 1 and tab 2. Yeah, if we go to navigation folder and if we open the bottom tab Navigator, here we will see the screens that will render for the tab 1 and tab 2. And yeah, if we will create one more, that's gonna be the third one there. Not sure if... Is it faster on an emulator? A Navigator cannot contain multiple screens. Tab 3. I think it's a bit faster on emulator. Yeah, and now we have 3 tabs. We'll see if it's gonna be that slow, the updates. We're gonna switch to an emulator. Okay, so what else? In the screens folder, we have here the components, the screens for our tab 1 screen, and also that just renders a text. And also a tab 2 screen that again renders a simple tab 2 text. In the components, we will create and store all the reusable components that we will have in our application. In the assets, we'll keep the images, fonts, and so on. Dummy data here we'll put that we will need to, for in terms of assets. All right, so let's clean up a bit. Yeah, what should I clean up? Yeah, probably we can start with the next step, and later on, because if I clean up right now, we're gonna have errors here. So the next step is to set up the bottom tab Navigator and to set up the tabs with their icons. Yeah, we here in the bottom tab on the Netflix, we have 4 screens: home, coming soon, search, and downloads. Yeah, we can find the icons that we're gonna use from icons.expo. You can open it here. and here you can search for the icon that you need. However, yeah, I made sure that to search for all the icons that we will need in this project. So here are they. Let's copy the import statement in our navigation, bottom tab Navigator, and at the top, where is it? Yeah, it's the first one here. Yeah, we will probably not need it. We will add the one that the undesigned material icons, Unicons from expo.vector icons. And for the first screen, the name is gonna be home. For the tab bar icon, I think they integrated it with a separate component. Yeah, we'll do it a bit differently. So I'm gonna delete the tab bar icon from here. Too much space. Come on. How to close the Explorer? Op. Okay, never mind. So tab bar icon, the first one is gonna be undesign, home size 24, and for the color, yeah, we'll assign the same color as we receive. And yeah, let's assign this color, and the value will be the color from here. The next one is coming soon. And for the icon, we have material icons, video library. Let's copy it and paste it here, and send the color as well. Then let's copy the last screen. Let's copy it 2 more times because we have the search here. Search with the icon, Ionicons. And the color is color. What VS Code extensions do you use? I'm thinking that I'll probably either write a blog post about that, or I'll do a video. Yeah, I installed a couple of them for the snippets, but I have to remember how the shortcut for the snippets. So for the downloads, we have the design icon from here, and also the color. Save. And because we see that the type download is not assignable to the type bottom tab param list, that's not a big issue. However, if we want to fix it, and that's because of a TypeScript, then we need to adjust the types that we can find in our root folder, types.tsx. And here in the root stack param list, no, not this one, bottom tab param list, here we have to define the name of all the screens. So the first one is home. Then we have for the initial route, let's assign home. Coming soon. Will it work it like this? Coming soon. and 2 more. The search, and the last one was downloads. Save. And now we see that, yeah, this one is still, yeah, I don't think that we can coming soon. Let's do it like this. Coming underscore soon. Let's save the types, and here add the underscore instead of space. Yeah, the red arrow disappeared for all of them. Okay, if we open our screen here, this screen does not exist. Let's refresh. Go home screen. Okay. Yeah, but I said initial route is home. Okay, but nonetheless, at the bottom we see our home, coming soon, search and download screen. To close the Explorer, CMDB. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you very much. The question, this live stream is going to be recording on the channel. Yes, this live stream is going to be available on the channel after we finish it, as usual. Okay, that's about the bottom, icons. And now I understand why the initial, where is it? Why the initial icon had a margin bottom 8 or something like that, because they are too close to the bottom. So we can say Command B. I learned a new trick. Style is equal margin bottom 8. No. That's too slow. I will run it on Android device and emulator. Let's see if that will work faster. Like maybe I have to set up fast reload in the browser, because I think that I didn't have like fast reload, so that's why it was so slow. But we can work with Android. Yeah, until it opens on the emulator. Let's have a look what else we have here. So we have for the tab 1 navigator, and this is the component that we give to the home tab. And this navigator contains another screen, but now it's a stack screen. So in this way, we have the bottom tab navigator with multiple screens like home, search, and so on. And inside home, we can have another nested set of screens which are stacked. So for example, the first one is the home screen. Then when you press on a movie, it will go to the movie screen, but it's going to be still in the home tab. So that's why we have these nested navigators. Let's call this one home stack. Usually I put them in separate files, because it's going to be easier to keep track of them. So home stack, home stack, home stack. And here, instead of tab 1 param list, I'm gonna go with home param list. And the first one is gonna be again home. So yeah, it's home, but or home screen. Let's do it like this. That's the tab bar, and here is the screen. Do we actually need you know what? I think we don't even need that. But I'm gonna send a header show on false in order to hide the header from this page, and later on we'll see if we need that header or not. Okay, home param list. We need to import this from, instead of tab1 param list, we'll import the home param list, and we go to the types file, and instead of tab1 param list, we change it to home param list. So the first one will be home screen. This is the first option in the home screen. And now it works. Yeah, and then I will leave tab 2 as it is, because now we're gonna focus only on the home screen. What's here in our emulator? Okay, now I think it works better. Where did I assign that style? I don't like it. That's yeah, that's good. Yeah, and now as you see, our home screen doesn't have a title because we kind of don't need a title here on the page, but the second one has like tab 2 title and so on, because we use the same component. All right, so now, yeah, the next step will be to make the navigation dark side, to have a dark background with white icons and text. And if I'm not mistaken, color scheme. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, we can easily change the color scheme in our, let me, yeah, we can go into our app.json, and here in the user interface style, let's try to put dark here and see if that will change the theme to a dark theme. Save. Did it change anything? Yeah, I can change it probably myself, but I know that Expo already has this implemented. Come on, user interface style, is it dark or it does have another value? Expo. Where is light, dark? Yeah. Should I reinstall the application? Because that's part of the no, it doesn't want. Interesting. One more time. It does change on iOS. I think I didn't save the file, that's why. So that's why I'm trying one more time. Come on. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I'm still not used to save files in VS Code because in WebStorm, I had autosave. So yeah, that's why I changed it to dark, and now our background here is dark. Yeah, the theme has changed. All right. What now? Let's commit everything and move to the next step. Git commit setup bottom tab navigator. All right. Ekaterina, it does change on iOS. I'm wondering, are you following along? Or you just know that it works on iOS? Let me try to find some questions. You are using VS Code, right? Yeah, now I switch to VS Code. There is also in VS Code autosave. Okay, I'll have to check that. Oh, awesome. If you're following along, yeah, that's really nice. If I code for iOS with React Native, how much more code would it take to make it work on Android as well? Usually, I mean, like in a perfect world, you wouldn't have to write any more code to make it work on Android. So in 99% of the cases, everything will work both on Android and on iOS. The only thing that are different, maybe like when you install some libraries, you will have to set up and configure them separately on iOS and on Android. And that's only if you're using React Native CLI. If you're using Expo, you'll not have any issues with this configuration because this is taken care by Expo. And another thing is maybe some components are rendering just a bit different on both platforms. I don't know, an extra margins somewhere or things like that, and you'd have to check in your code if it's iOS to add an extra margin, else do not do anything, and so on. But that's like very, very minimal. I think, yeah. To give you an example, my startup, we released our application on Android, and we had it like there for 1 year, and we never tested it on iOS. So we only focused on Android, and then we decided to publish it to iOS, and I think I made it working on iOS in a couple of days, like 2 days or something like that. So yeah, I had just to adjust some configuration, adjust some styling, and that's it. Everything else was working by default. But our application is pretty huge, so I hope that answered your question. All right, so the next step is to start working on the home screen. And here on the home screen, let me try to if I remember the shortcuts of this one. Yeah, so here on the home screen, Let's have a look at how this home screen is displayed. So first of all, we should think about everything in React Native in terms of components. So what components we will have to develop for this? So the first component that I see that is reusable and that repeats over and over is this like movie poster. So it has the same styles, it has like the same width, height, and so on, the same round corners. The only difference is the actual image that it displays. So that's a good candidate for a custom component that we are gonna reuse throughout this screen. The next thing that I see is repeating here on this screen is a category view, which is composed of one title, and multiple movies in a scrollable list. So we see this category here. We see the same category with the same styles here. This one is just a bit different, but it's mostly the same, and so on. So the only things that change here is the data that they are showing. So this category view is also a candidate for a custom component. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start by rendering the image. Then we're gonna put everything into a list to render multiple images. Then we're gonna put it into a custom component here. Okay, hopefully the plan is clear. So let's get started. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna close everything here. In the screens, tab 1 screen. I will rename the tab 1 screen to the home screen because we rename that, and that's gonna be our home screen. Update imports, yes. Oh, I prefer. Yeah, I prefer it like this. Const tab home screen is equal to this to a component. We will declare the styles in a separate file to keep them clean, and here we'll export default home screen like this. Don't need this one. Styles.container. Will I need them? Yeah. We will probably need the styles. So in order to better encapsulate a component that will have the view and so on with the style file, I prefer to create a separate folder for them, home screen, and inside it I'm gonna put the file move home screen update, yes. And now we can even rename the file to index because it's gonna be easier to import it. So we're gonna import screens slash home screen, and that's it. Without screen slash home screen slash home screen. That's repetitive. So this is our index, and in the same folder I'm gonna create the styles.ts style. Yeah, I need to learn the shortcuts for the component set state. No, okay. Import style sheet from React Native. Const styles is a new style sheet dot create, and here we are gonna have all the styles. So let's export default style sheet. Okay, styles are there. This is our home screen. We need to import the styles, of course. We don't need this one. import styles from styles save. Okay, from. And it doesn't have a container. Save. Now on type style shit. A good question. If you name all your screens index, won't that make it more difficult to find a component by name? That's a valid question. And sometimes what people do is create the file as the component name, home screen. Did they create a file? .tsx. I'm gonna do that only for the home screen. From index, let's copy everything and put it in home screen. And inside the index, we're gonna write export default from home screen. Okay, import home screen from home screen and export default home screen. And this is a mix of two. So basically whenever we open the file in the editor, we see the home screen and it's clear like what are we working on. And also when we import it, where we are importing in navigation, home screen, home, tab one screen. No, it should be home screen. Yeah, home screen. Yeah, and in navigation, we import it from the folder because it will automatically import it from home screen.index, and the index will import the home screen file. And we don't have to write home screen. Yeah, we don't have to repeat ourselves. So I think that's the best way to do it. We have just a simple index but this takes a bit more time to write this extra file. But this addresses the issue that you are asking. Home screen, let me fix it here. Yeah, like this. Okay. I will start by rendering an image. So I will import the image from here. And the image will have a source. And here we will specify what image we want to display. And also style styles dot image. For the source, we will send a URL, and the URL. Let's just find some URL here. Netflix show poster. Cobra Kai. Come on. Images. Copy image address. And let's put it here in the URI. I prepare all the URLs, but they are, oh my god, this URL. I'm afraid of it. Okay, let's save and declare some styles for the images. Initially, I'll just give width and height just to make sure that everything is rendered correctly. Width height was 100%, 100 pixels. Element type is expected a string. Okay, refreshing. Where is this use? Oh, I think we don't have a themed image, so I'm gonna import it from React Native. Oh my god, what did I do? Let me try to. I'll get another URL, a more prettier one. So. And from the assets folder, let's move our data in the assets because we'll need it for later. So I'm gonna move this here in our project, and inside data, I have categories, and here I have a normal URL for the movie. Home screen. Oh my god. And let's paste in the normal URL. Save. And nothing is happening here. Container. Are you displaying at all? Flex 1. Background color. Oh, whoa. Export default styles, bro. Okay. All right. That's a bit better. So we see our poster here on the top. And we see it underneath the tab bar here on the top from Android, the status bar. Yeah, the status bar is called. So in order to adjust that, but it's safe area provider. Why it doesn't work? Okay, maybe we'll add some margin there. I'm not sure why it's not working, because it has the safe area provider. Save area view. Okay, I think the provider, okay, that's the provider, and we need to give it a safe area view and put everything inside it, inside the app.tsx. Let's see if it will work. Hey, come on. Why you're so slow? Do you typically use a component library like Paper UI or prefer styling yourself? I usually prefer styling them myself, but we are using the React Native Elements, which is a very minimal like component library. Come on, what's happening? Is it because of this view? Save. Yeah, it was because of that view. Okay, never mind. So back to our home screen, our image, style image. Okay, let's think how to properly style this image. For the container, we can add some padding, and that will solve it. 20. All right. The image, I think for the image, we can give it a fixed height and width. Yeah, I think it should be a fixed height and width, because we see all the images have the same height and width across the application. It doesn't depend on the image size. So I'm gonna try, I don't know, the height 200, and this one 150, 250. Maybe something like that. For the image, what else? Let's give it a resize mode, and the resize mode will be contain. No, it's gonna be cover, because we want the image to cover the whole space of this container. Let's save that, and because if we give it contain, it's gonna look a bit different. Yeah. Now it zooms in order to make sure that the whole container is covered. What else? What else does this image have? Border radius. I'm not sure if we can see anything there, because let me try background color white to see if anything changes. Yeah, we see that the border radius actually has an effect, and here it's very, very subtle. Like even 10 is too much. I think it's a 5, something like that. Yeah, I think that's cool with the image. All right, so we have an image. Now we need to replicate this image and to render it multiple times in order to render this list of movies. So it's basically, okay, here duplicate is not possible. So basically that's what we need to do to duplicate it. However, yeah, that's not how we do it, because our movies are dynamic and they are coming from the database, and we need from a list of movies to render a list of posters. So the list of movies, we will take it from our dummy data, and that's in assets data categories, and each category has a list of movie, like these movies. And yeah, the movie has an ID, a poster, which is a URL, and so on. And this is like the this is a list for a row of movies. Let's import our categories in our home screen. Import categories from assets, data, and categories. And having this image, we need to render a list of images. To do that, I'm going to import a FlatList component. And the FlatList component allows us to okay, I see that I have 4 spaces tab. I need to adjust that. So a FlatList component allows us to render a list of items. So our why no doesn't give me any items. Yeah, the items will be the categories. Let's do it like this. Let's take the first category. First category will be categories dot items, because items is our array of categories. Dot items at position 0, so the first one. not items, but data. So our data is gonna be the list of movies. So its first category is dot movies. Yeah, and it's gonna be this array. Now we need to send a function, a component to the flat list. In order to tell the flat list how to render each of these movie. So we have an array of movies. We need to show him how to render these movies. And to do that, we will send a render item function, and here we'll receive the item itself, and we will render here our image that we defined. So let's render the image. Yeah, I forgot curly braces there. Let's save and let's have a look here. Yeah, we see a vertical list of images, but all of them are the same, because here for the URI we still have this hard-coded URL. But instead of a hard-coded URL, we need to send the poster URL that we receive in our item. So our item will be a movie, which will contain an ID and a poster. Item.poster. Let's save and wait until they render. And now the posters are different and they're coming from our dummy data. What else? We need to make sure that these posters are rendered horizontally. So let's define that. Not sure, horizontal equal to true, or we can leave it just horizontal. That's the same thing. Let's save. And now they are horizontally scrollable. Let's add some spacing between the images. And to do that, yeah, in the image, I'm gonna add a margin 5. Yeah, that looks good. And I'm gonna delete the background white from the container because that was only for testing. Here we can fit 3. Yeah, I think that we should make the posters a bit smaller. So for the width, probably 100. And for the height, 200. Or 150. Something like that. Okay, 170. Perfect. Okay, now we have this horizontal list of movies. Let's add the title for this category. No, I'm late. Don't worry. We just started and the video will be published on the channel. So we need to add a title for our category, and we can do that by writing here a text. And the text will be, I don't know, popular on. All right, popular on Netflix. Yeah, let's start with just a simple hard-coded text that we write inside here. Let's save, and the style will be style.title. Let's go ahead and implement this title. Font 24. Font size. Yeah, probably too much, 20, and font weight bold, I think. To make the text bold, font weight bold. Save. Yeah, kind of like that. Probably they have a different font. Yeah, a different font. But we are okay with that. Popular on Netflix. Okay, so we have created. Where is it? Come on. Yeah, we have created. We have rendered a poster of a video. We have now rendered a list of movies, and we have rendered a title for that. Now we need to take this the whole code that we created right now, and duplicate it for other categories that we also have. And yeah, when we need to duplicate the same code, that means that we need to create a component out of that code. So yeah, that code will be the text and the FlatList. This is a category. So let's create this new component. In our components, let's create a new folder, and that's home category, right? In the home category, I will create the index.tsx and also the styles.tsx. I'm gonna copy the styles of the home screen, and in the home screen I'm gonna delete the image and the title because we will not need it here. Let's save, and let's move to our styles of our newly created component, which is called home category, and paste in our styles here. Probably will not need the styles for the container, but we'll see. Maybe we'll need. We'll see about that. For the index, here I'm lazy and I'm just copy paste our home screen and paste it here in our home category. So we actually don't need this view, so we can delete it, but we cannot delete it completely because a component should return only one child. So that child can contain other components inside it, but it should be only one. So for that reason, we can create an empty tag just so that React will be happy about it. So yeah, instead of home screen, this is a home category. Home category, export default home category. We don't need the view. What else? Styles, title, styles. Okay, for the home category, where is it? Home screen. Yeah, here we will have a list of categories. But because let's delete these things, first category and categories. Now we need to be able to somehow send data from the home screen to the home category, and I can try to render it here. Home category. We need to send data from here because we want to render the first category. So we will do something like category. We want to render now the first category. So it should know like which data it should render. So yeah, that's how we send data through props. And let's now implement receiving these props in our home category component. Let's save. What did I do here? Yeah, let's go to our, where is it? Home category, index. And here we will, we need to receive properties about the category that we want to render. To do that, yeah, we will receive them here, the props. And yeah, in JavaScript, that's it. Because we are using TypeScript, we need to define the type of these props. So let's create a name like home category props, and let's define this interface for the props, so that we know what data exactly we expect in this component. So interface home category props. It's gonna have we can easily look at the categories here. So one category, yeah, this is one category. So we need to define the data model of this category, which contains an ID of type string, a title of type string, movie, which is an array, and so on. So ID will be string, title will be string, movies will be an array of ID string, and poster also string. Let's save. Okay. I forgot that we need to put these values inside a category, because that's how we send it category. Category is this one, and that's why we need to save it. The category is of this type, because it's easier to send. We would be able to do that as well, but we would have to separately send the ID there, title, and movies, and that's 3 properties. But now we can send just category, which contains these ones, and it's gonna be easier to get them. Okay, now let's take our, oh, I hate it. I have four space tabs. Yeah, let's take our category out of our props, equal to props. Now our category contains the title, movies, and so on. So instead of first category, we can say that we want to render the category.movies, and here, instead of just rendering a hard-coded text, we can render the category.title. Where is it? Category.title. Let's save, and going to home screen, here category dot category ID title movies, type ID string, title string, movies. I messed up with movies. I think it's movies is an object and that's an array. I think that's how you do it, right? Yeah, now the red arrow disappeared. So let's save. Let's open our emulator, and now we see back our first category. And if we want to render the second category, we can just change the data that we sent to that home category. Save. And now it's a different one with a different title and so on. Now our home category components is fully reusable, and from outside we just need to send this data, and it knows how to render it and how to display it. Now let's implement this list of categories, and that's gonna be implemented as well with a flat list, as we have done for the movie posters. Flat list. The data is our data. Come on. The data is our list of categories. Come on, not like this. Categories. Okay. And the render item. Here we need to send a component. So yeah, we first receive the the item in this function, and based on this item, which will be one category out of all the array, and for each item we will render a home category component, and we will send the item through props equal to item data. Why it doesn't like data? For simple categories. Oh, categories dot item items. That's our list. And we don't need the first category variable here. Save. And now we see this vertically scrollable list of categories, and each category displays multiple movies that we can scroll horizontally. All of them have different titles. And yeah, when you look at the code, it's pretty simple. So here we just have a flat list of home category, and the home category is just a title and another flat list that renders the images. So yeah, I think that I hope that this is clear, like why we did that, why we extracted that into separate components, what everything means. So yeah, I think that's probably it for our home screen. Okay, let's commit everything, and we'll change it if we will find some missing parts. Home screen UI, and we can close everything. Okay. Just not to forget to change back to the code. Oh, how do you explain that syntax? Movies is an object and it's an array. Yeah, sorry, maybe I explained it poorly. So let's go back. Where is it? Home category index. Here, yeah. So basically, how is, let's simplify it a bit. How is the syntax of defining that we expect an array of something? For example, where is it? Let's say that we expect the cast to be an array of strings, which will be the names of people that are casting in this movie. So that's how we will define that the cast should be an array of string. And whenever we will render our home category, or yeah, let's say that the category that we will send here will be an object. It will have an ID, blah, blah, blah. And also it will have a cast, which will be an array of string, yeah, actor A, actor B, and so on. So this is how you would say that the cast should be an array of string. But in our case, we don't, our movies is an array, the same as like the cast is an array, but it's not an array of a simple type, like a string, a number, a boolean, or so on, but it's an array of objects. So each movie will have an ID, movie 1, and a poster. So yeah, we already know how to render, how to define that we expect an array type. And the only difference is that instead of a string, which is a primitive type in JavaScript and in TypeScript, we define a custom type, which is an object. So movies is an array, and each item in that array is an object that contains ID and poster. Hope that is a bit, yeah, that's clear. Cost. Okay. Is that clear? You are legenda. Thank you. Okay. Why TSX instead of TS in styles? Did I? Yep, that's my mistake. The style should be TS. Yeah, because in styles we do not have any JSX syntax, and the JSX is rendering these components. So whenever we have JSX in a file, we need to end it with X, and that's basically TSX or JSX if you're doing JavaScript. And because in styles we do not have any JSX, we do not need the X. So yeah, that's probably a bit confusing for beginners, but nothing will break if you write style.tsx. It's just for conventional. Where are you from? I'm from Moldova. So I think that there are a lot of people that are joining right now. So let me give just a brief introduction what we are doing right now. So yeah, on this channel we are doing project-based learning, and we are learning React Native, AWS Amplify, and all these cool technologies by building projects. And today we start a brand new project, which is going to be the Netflix clone, the mobile application of a Netflix. In this episode, we are cloning the most important parts of a UI, in React Native, and in the next video, we are gonna integrate this with a backend. So in just 2 videos, we're gonna have a fully working full stack application, both front end and backend, that will cover the most important parts of this application. So yeah, we are gonna build the home screen, the movie details screen that will display the player. Also, it will display a list of episodes, and also we'll build the movie player. So yeah, we are using Expo, we are using React Native, writing everything in TypeScript, and so on. So hopefully that's a bit more clear for you, and we can move to the next step. Home screen. I think I'm missing something, but okay. So let me check if there are any questions here in the chat, and we can move on. Okay. Show horizontal scroll indicator. Someone is suggesting me to disable the scroll indicator of, wait, not here. Yeah, but I don't even see it, but it should be there, right? Maybe because it's dark on dark. However, yeah, our FlatList usually displays a scroll indicator, like a scroll view. So if you want to hide that, we can send the show horizontal scroll indicator false, and this will hide the scroll indicator. Yeah, thank you very much, people in the chat. Can I only make UI to get practice on React Native because AWS is way too advanced? Yeah, of course. You can follow along the UI part, and usually I split them in different videos. So yeah, you can implement the UI of Netflix along with me now, and also you can check other builds that we have on the channel for WhatsApp, for Uber, and so on. Okay. And all right. Let's move to the next step. And here, yeah, the home screen, create a separate component for a category, render a vertical list of category components. Yeah, we have finished that. And our next step is, I'm missing a slide here. I don't know why. But we should do YouTube. Where is it? Yeah, let me just duplicate it. Netflix screenshots, and it should be this one. Yeah, the page of, yeah, this page, the detail page of a movie or a series and so on. Okay, this is not episode list. This is the movie detail screen, and we'll figure out what to do. We don't need a plan. Okay, let's create a separate screen for this page, and we are gonna do that in our screens. Let's create a new folder, and this is gonna be the movie details screen. Movie details screen. Let's create the index.tsx and the styles.ts. In the index, I think it should be functional component, React functional component. No, I don't like it. React functional component E function, something like that. Yeah, I should learn them. Movie details screen. Oh, that was React Native, I think. Yeah, never mind. View from now. Let's import the view from our themed view because they already have the dark background. View instead of a div. What else? What else? What else? I don't like the function there. I prefer an arrow function. Yeah, that's it. Let's declare the styles. So let's try React Native style. React Native styles. Okay, React Native component with styles. No React Native functional component. No. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. It's still something there. Import style sheet from React Native. And export default styles. And in our index, let's import the styles. Yeah, a lot of boilerplate. From this directory styles. Okay. Okay. Now, yeah, now we need to render this component because now our home screen still renders our home screen component, of course. But before getting into navigation, I'm gonna explain it a bit later. Let's just open our bottom tab Navigator. Let's import. Come on. Let's import our. How is it called? Movie detail screen. And in our home stack, in the component, instead of a home screen, I'm gonna send the movie detail screen, and that will make sure that we are rendering it here. Yeah, like this. React Native, okay, for functional component. Okay, I'm gonna try that. Let me try right now. RAFC, or is it RNAFC? No. Okay, never mind. Movie details screen. First thing, we will render the poster of a movie. Or no, this is actually not the poster of a movie. This is the poster of the first episode or of the next episode that you're gonna watch. So, okay, that's gonna be just an image. Source is equal to URI, and let's check the dummy data that we already have. It's gonna be easier just to render everything. In our assets data, we have a movie.ts, and this is the data about one movie. So it has an ID, it has a title, for example, Suits, a year of production, number of seasons, all the information about plot, cast, creator, and so on. And also it has an array of seasons with every episode. But this is, yeah, we're gonna get into these details a bit later. So let's import this movie here. It's gonna be easier to work with actual data without writing it 2 times. So import movie from the assets data movie. Come on, movie. Okay, for the image, let's first take the first episode. Is gonna be movie. Let's think how to access the first episode. Movie seasons dot items. Movie season items. No, yeah. And we take the first item. Then episode item first. Okay. Items at position 0, and this is the first season. And in that season, we want to access the episode. Episodes dot items at position 0, and this is the first episode, right? Why movie? Cannot find namespace movie. Movie is here. What's wrong with you? I think it should be okay. Let's just console log first episode. Where is it? Doesn't like this one. It failed. Missing semicolon. No. Oh, why import, Vadim? Come on, const. Shh. Oh. Here in URI, I will give a first episode dot poster. Save. Image. We need to import image. Forgot to import image from React Native. Let's save. Okay, and we don't see the image, but that's because we don't have any styles. Compiled with warnings. Yeah. Here is our console log for the first episode. And I think we access it correctly. Let's give a style to style dot image, and let's declare this style image. The width will be 100% because we want to take the whole screen, and the height, let's try it 100 for now, and then we'll edit it. Here, what do you want? All right, it's there. Yeah, however, on this page, we already have a top bar with a back arrow. And if we go to our navigation, bottom tab navigator, you know what? I'm just because it has different options. I'm just gonna copy it, and first one I'm gonna rename it not to home screen but to movie details screen. Movie details screen, and the second one the component will be home screen. And this one won't have a header shown false. It will have a title, empty string for now. Let's not forget to add the types because we see in a red arrow. For that, I'm gonna open types.tsx, home param list, here, undefined. Hey Priyank, thank you very much for the donation. What's up? How are you doing? Undefined. Okay, let's see if we now have will there be payment processor? Not in this application, but I have a video that I have to make public these days. So probably at the beginning of the next week, the video will go public, and it's going to be about how to implement in-app subscriptions and in-app purchases in React Native. So stay tuned for that. What I was doing? Why is the first one home screen? Tab 1. Why is not movie detail screen? All right. That's already better. Now it doesn't have any title, and it doesn't have a back arrow because the back arrow will be there whenever we will navigate, because right now it doesn't have where to go back. That's why. But yeah, that's good. Let's move on. For the image style, that's where we stopped. Image style. I can play with the aspect ratio of, I don't know, 3 to 4. No, that's too much. Oh. Or is it 4 by 3? 4 by 3. Okay, and cover resize mode. If I do contain, No. No, I don't like this aspect ratio. 5, 3. And resize mode cover to cover the whole space. Cover. Yeah, I think that's good. So by specifying the aspect ratio, our height of the image will increase at the same time as our width, because we set the width to be full screen. So if we're gonna have like a very wide screen, then we want to increase the height as well. So this will make sure that the height is 3 on top of 5, like over width. That probably doesn't make sense what I said, but 16 by 9. Should we go with yeah, that's better. Thank you very much. All right, resize mode cover. Okay, let's move on with, okay, we have a poster. We need the title. Title. Here we will need a text for the title. You know what? I would have to. I'll probably implement. I'll render all the components that I think that we'll need, and then we'll style them properly, because that's gonna be faster. So the title is our movie.title. Then we have a line here, and for that line we need a separate view to render it properly. First one is gonna be a text, style equal styles.match, and we are gonna write 98% match. The next text is gonna be the year. The movie dot year. Then what do we have there? An interesting view that I will waste a bit of time to implement. Oh, come on. A view. Inside that view will have a text. The view will have styles dot age container, and the text here will be, let's say initially it's going to be 12 plus age. Hey Maxim, thank you very much for joining the Not Just Developer membership. Yeah, that's really nice. Thanks for the support, and yeah, write me a private message so we can chat about, and you can get all the benefits of being a member of a channel and supporting it. The next one is a text, 9 seasons, number of seasons. I have here number of seasons, and it has the same style as the year. It's just yeah, it's just a gray text. And the last one is probably Expo icons. It's probably an icon. We can work with an icon there if I can find it in vector icons. HD. We have only this one. Not sure if that's exactly what we need, but yeah, let's go with it. Material icons. I'll see if I can adjust the style of it to look a bit closer to what we have. From here. And it's here. Name HD 25. Color, let's try white. Okay, this is the style. This one will just have probably a flex direction row in order to display all the items inside in the same row. Flex direction row. So I'm gonna write it here in line. Okay, we have to implement the styles now for the match. Year, age container, to age, number of seasons. Oh, but number of seasons, wait, it's the same year. Yeah, we don't have a styles for it. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, let's open our emulator. I will put it side by side so we can see it like this. Okay, what do we have? Yeah, we see them already there. And also we have a title. Title, save, view, title. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put everything inside a separate view, everything except the top image, in order to add padding to it. So we would not have to add this padding to every component. And here I can even do it in line, because later on I think it's gonna be a bit different. So padding 15, 12, okay. Suits, yeah, I think that's better. Styles, title, font size 20, font weight bold 24, save. Style, I forgot to add the style here. Dot styles dot title. Save. All right, that's good. Match. First of all, color. Green. Will it be a good green? Not a very good one. Oh, I cannot choose here colors the same way I did in Web Store. So red, green, blue. Oh my god. AA 00. That's a bad green. Okay, doesn't matter. No, I'm not gonna find a good color like this. I'm okay with that. And I see that the font weight is as well bold here. Font weight, bold, save. Okay, match. Let's add some spacing We can add it as margin horizontal 5 will be okay. Okay, don't want to the left, margin right 5. For the ear, the color will be I don't know, light gray. Save. I think it's not with like this. Ear color light gray. Does it work? Yeah, it does. Oh my god. Color picker. Oh, like this? No. Okay, like this. Better. Oh, come on. Okay, that's better. For the edge container will have a background color of a kind of a yellow. Okay, background color yellow. Okay, the align items, align justify content center and align item center to make the text in the middle. Align items center, adding some border radius of I don't know 2 pixels, and adding some padding, probably only horizontal we need, horizontal 3. And for the age itself, that's gonna be color black, font weight bold. Okay, so let's add some margin right to the ear and also to the edge container. What's up here? I think that's 9. Okay, 9 season, number of season, and then seasons. Save. That green, I cannot stand it. But I have no idea which one is better. Oh, look, that's a very good match. Okay. The next step is to render 2 buttons. Before that, Vadim, will you use MongoDB with React Native? Just curious. Yeah, a lot of people are asking to do something with MongoDB and Node.js Express. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna do that, and that's gonna be pretty soon. Probably the next build will be Node.js with MongoDB, with probably GraphQL API and so on. Context API, yeah, I used it in some builds, probably Uber, not heavily, like some to share some data, like very small. Redux, I might use that if when I'm gonna implement a e-commerce website. I think in that case it makes sense to use Redux. I really want to join Notjust Developer Senior. How will that work? Any insight on how Notjust Developer Senior work? So, to join it, go to the channel and press on the join button. I know that it's not available on in every countries, but if you okay, chill. If you press join here, you would be able to join a tier, and here, if you join the senior part, you will be able to join with me live stream and code along, for example, a feature. I'm gonna either explain it to you in the live stream, or if you have more experience, you can take over and implement a feature yourself in the live stream. So that's the perks. Other than that, you will also be able to pick and vote topic for future videos and live stream. You'll have early access to new videos that are published, and you're gonna have the badge, the custom emojis, and a special role in our Discord channel. So that's the perks that you'll get. Okay, with that being said, let's move on, because we still have a lot of things to do here on this page. A lot of components rendered here. Let's open back our index, and after this view, which is our line here, we need to render two buttons, this one and this one. For the buttons, we are using a pressable component. And this pressable can accept on press, and this is going to be a function that is going to be called whenever a user taps that button. So right now we can say that it's just gonna console warn play. Later on, we'll implement the logic behind it. And for the styles, it's gonna be styles.play button. Inside that button, we need to render a text, and the text will be play, and also an icon. Play. How does it look? Just as simple as possible. And typo controller play. Typo. And I can put it inside the text itself to have it in the same line. Look at you. Thank you very much. Another coffee? Thank you. Okay, let's import the typo from here, from vector icons. Okay, this is the first button. I will add some comments, probably it's gonna make more sense. Play button. And the next one is gonna be the download button. And for the download, we used which one? And design download. And the color, yeah, probably is the same color. And let's change the text to download. We shouldn't forget to import the design, and in the styles here we will write download button, and for the text download button text, and let's do the same. Okay, styles dot, and let's do the same for this text. This is gonna be play button text, play. Okay, let's import and designs from vector icons, and now let's add some styles. Let's add some styles to our play button and download button. Buttons. Play button, we're gonna have a play button text, and the same thing for download button and download button text. Let's save. Let's add them here so we can see them side by side. Where is it? Here. Oh, so many windows, come on. Okay. Play button. First of all, it has a background color white. Save. That's good. Play button text. Color black. The container should have a justify content, justify content center, and align items also center to render them to render the text in the center both horizontally and vertically. Justify center and align items also center. Okay, that's good. Not sure why. The icon is a bit not centered, but okay. Oh, I think that if we set the same font size as the icon, font size, but 24 is gonna be a lot. 24. Play button text. Yeah, it's a lot, but it's centered. 20. No, that's even 16. And font weight bold. Font weight bold. And here, let's do also 16. Okay. The play button has more padding, like 5. So it'll be higher. Yeah, something like that. And also it has border radius to make the corners round. Not a lot. That's too much. 3. Yeah, like that. So let's do the same for the download button and for the download button text. However, the background color here is dark gray. Will that work? No. Dark gray like this. And even darker. That text color is white here. And also in the index for the download button, the color is white. We can add some margin left here to this icon. Margin right, I mean margin right, because it's too close to the text. 5. Come on, margin right. No, it doesn't work. Margin right. Padding right. Will you work with padding? Doesn't want. Okay, I know what to do in these cases. You just add an empty space like this, and that's it. Voila. We have space between them. Play, download, that's good. And for the buttons, I'm gonna add some margin vertical 5 for the play button and for this one as well. Save. Yeah, that's I would say that's perfect. The size of the second icon can be adjusted as well. Perfect. Perfection. All right. Let's move to the next step. Okay. The next one is to render here the plot text. And inside this text will display movie.plot. Save. Okay. I don't think I want to style it anymore. I think it looks okay. Probably smaller size, but we are good. Next one, text is cast. And we're gonna display the movie.cast. And also creator movie.creator. Save. And I'm gonna be lazy and I'm gonna give the same style as we give for the year, because that is just a different color, like this. Okay, that's good. And like this. Creator, cast. Perfect. Let's add some margin vertical here. Margin. To give some room to breathe. Margin vertical 10. Too much? No, it's okay. Justify content. Justify content for what? For the text here with the icon, maybe. Okay. Let's move to the next part, which are these three icons. So this is gonna be a row with icon buttons, and that row will be a view. Come on. That view should only have one style property, and that's justify content, flex direction. I always confuse them. Row. Save. Okay. Inside that, we're gonna have three icons, and because the icon contains the icon and the title, I'm gonna have to put them inside views. So this is a plus sign. Plus and design plus. Okay, that's good. And design name plus size 30. Come on, Vadim. And add text saying my list. Save. Color equal white. Save. Okay, and here for the style, we will have what we will have. We'll have justify content center, or no, align items. Align items center. CSS color picker extension for VS Code for the color wheel. Perfect. Thank you very much. Hopefully I'll not forget to add it. Okay, now yeah, the icon is in the middle. And I think yeah, margin horizontal 20. It's a lot of margin there. Okay, like that. Text my list. Style. It's a bit faster just to create the styles here. So color is dark gray. Okay, that's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna copy this view 2 more times. Then that's okay. Rate and share. Thumb up. Size 30. Color white. And the last one is share. Will I find that? It's like okay, never mind. I'm gonna use which one? From share social outline, or share social from Ionicons. Okay. Ionicons. Share social. Okay, let's. What did I do? Okay, that one was the one that we needed here as the second one, and yeah, this is the third one. Let's not forget to import this. Okay, no. Let's go. That's okay. Probably they're too big. We can decrease a bit the size. 24. Save. Yeah, that's good. We can add here margin top 5 to make some space between them. like this. Yeah, you can, I think you get the idea, and you can work even more and make them even closer to the original one. I don't think I'll spend more time on this, other than adding here margin top 20, like this. Yes, okay. So this is our movie detail screen. Yeah, it's pretty close to Netflix original. Let's have a look what we need here. Yeah, I think that's it with this screen. The next step is to render the list of episodes here. And yeah, a way to change the season, which is underneath. Yeah, I think that's what we are gonna do next. Let's take a short break, see what people are saying here. How are you doing, guys? CSS, okay. For the share, I can search for send instead of share. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Send. Okay, font awesome. Send. Oh. Yeah, that one is better. Font awesome. Send. Just outline. Save. Okay, yeah, that's true. Hello from Indonesia. Hello. Okay, our screen is already getting long, and we already see that not all the content fits on this screen. So we should either put everything into a scroll view, so we would be able to scroll this screen, or we will leverage the fact that we will have a flat list to render all the episodes here. So because of that, we can put everything else as the flat list header, so we will be able to scroll through it. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a good idea. So let's start the episodes list. First of all, we have to create this episode component, and here I am speaking about this component that will render this poster, will render the title and the plot of the episode. And as we see, they're similar for other episodes. I mean, the style, the position, and everything. So that's why we need to create a separate component for that. Let's do that. In the component, let's create a new folder called episode item, something like that. Here, index.tsx episode item, style.ts styles, import style sheet from React Native, and export default tiles. For okay, in the index here, let's do React Native functional component. React Native. Okay, we don't need this one. And this is gonna be episode item. And exporting the episode item from this file. Okay. The view and text will import them not from React Native, but from our components that are that have some theme attached to them. Episode. So now let's try to render this component in our screen movie details index. And you know what? I'm gonna just render here somewhere on the top just so we can see it. But later we're gonna implement the list. Episode item. Save. Should be somewhere here. Episode. Okay, that's good. That's good. So we need to send some data to this episode item so it will know which episode to render. So we have here our first episode. And let's do that. Episode is equal to the first episode. And now we are sending some data through props to this component. Let's save. Let's you know what? I'm gonna put it here inside this view just so it will have some padding. And yeah, I'm gonna close this screen. I'm gonna close everything except our episode item because that's what we will work with. So first of all, let's receive our data, and we'll receive them from props, and the props will be episode item props. Let's declare the type of these props and episode. And if you remember, we send there a variable called episode. And that episode will contain the next data. Let's have a look in our movie episodes. And yeah, this is the data that one episode will contain. So I'm gonna copy it here. That's an example of one episode. So the ID is a string. The title is as well as string. Poster, this is the URL of the poster. String. Duration. String. Everything is string. Plot. String. And video. String. Let's save. And now let's destructure this episode out of the props. Episode. We destructure it from the props. So how do we render it? Okay, we have a view. We will have yeah, let's split. This is the whole view, which we already have it here. This view will have two lines, the first line and the second line. So the first one is an overview because it contains an image, it contains title and so on. But the second one is pretty simple and obvious, and that's gonna be the text with a plot. So it's gonna be episode plot. Episode plot. Can I go to the bathroom? Yeah, of course. Should we wait? Okay. Okay, we see here the plot. We'll style them a bit later. Styles.plot. Okay, inside this view we have an image. The style will be style.image, and the source will be URI episode.poster, this variable. Episode.poster. Let's import the image from React Native. From React Native. Okay, that's the image. What else? Yeah, this view will have some styles because we need to declare the direction. Actually, no. Actually, yes. Styles dot row image. The next one is the middle container, which contains two texts. And because the direction of them is different, we will put them inside another view. View text. This is the title. Episode dot title. And if we duplicate it, that's gonna be our episode dot duration. For the style, I'm gonna go with style.title, style.duration. And the last one is a download icon, which we took from where? And design, download, and the color was white. Okay, let's import and design from Expo vector icons. Save. And all right, let's start styling this, because we have a lot of things to style. Row. Next one is image. Title. Duration. What else? Plot. The row, we can start from here, just if flex direction row. And now we're looking here at this. This is our component that we are styling. Flex direction row. Did you? Okay, I imported it wrong. Okay, now it's a bit better. For the image, the row will have a justify content space between to move everything to different parts of a screen. Yeah, probably like that. Image will have a height of 50 and an aspect ratio of 16:9, and a resize mode, cover, and also some border radius. Free. Save. Okay, height 50, probably a bit 100. Too much. 75. Yes. So yeah. For this view, which contains the styles.title container. That's how it's gonna be called. Style. I'm gonna add here a flex 1 probably. Yes. And to add some spacing, padding, turn. Five is okay. And align items center. No, justify content center. Yeah, like that, to be in the middle. Actually, title is okay, doesn't need any styles. Here, do color dark gray, and font size 10. Yeah, that's better. What else? Justify content. I think that's, we can put it here. Align items center. So even the download button will be in the middle. You know what? I think that's good enough. For the plot, we can say that the color is dark gray. Come on, update. Dark gray. And what else? The raw, let's add some margin, bottom 5. Yeah, I think that, that's pretty close to the actual design. So I'm pretty happy with that. Do we need to do anything in this component? I don't think so. Let's open our screen. The screen movie details index.tsx. And here, let's render our episodes in a flat list. So that's going to be a flat list from React Native. Image view. This is the view. And here is going to be the flat list. The data in that flat list, data, is going to be movie dot seasons. Okay, let's take the first, oh god, what did I do? Let's take the first season into a variable, const first season. And with the first season. Yes. And we don't need first episode yet. Episode item. We don't need that one. Okay, I think we need that. Okay, so in the flat list, we will send the first episode dot, not first episode, first season. We need to send all the episodes in the first season, episodes dot items. This is our data, and the way we will render it is using, we will receive here the item, which is one episode. And we'll render an episode item where we will send the item as the episode item. Save. And yeah, we cannot scroll it. We cannot scroll it because it's down below. We cannot see it on the screen. However, we can put the whole view except the image. Let's copy the whole view. It's gonna be a bit ugly, but okay. Yeah, let's copy the whole view and add it as the item header or header item component. How is it called? Header list header component is equal. Yeah, let's add the parentheses and then paste in the whole component here. So this is going to be the header of our flat list. And now if we save and if we start scrolling, now we see that we can actually scroll. Not sure why we cannot scroll past that. Probably what should we add? Not sure why we cannot scroll past that. And I'm just gonna delete the list header component just to see if that's because of it. Let's save. And here we see the 2 episodes. Okay, I think we will have to add some margins to the bottom. So here, what styles can we give to the style? Padding bottom 100. Yeah, with margin bottom, it kind of works, but it needs a bit more. I think it's the size of a list header component. That's the issue. Yeah, right now we can scroll it all the way till the end. And one more thing. In our components, episode item style here. Where is it? Index. For this view, for the root view, let's add a style margin vertical 10. Will it be enough? So there will be some spacing between the episodes. Yeah, that's already better. So let's have a look here. Yeah, that's how it looks. We can scroll, we can play. Yeah, that's how we render this page as a scrollable list. Yeah. Yeah, the next step on this page is a way to change the season, because right now we are rendering by default the first season. We send the data here of the first season, but we need to be able to change this, to change the season. And for that, we're gonna use a React Native picker. Yeah, let's use one of the community packages. Yeah, let's go with this one. How to determine if the season is 1 or 2. Yeah, that's what we want to do. And we will display to the user S selector here. And whenever you press here, you'll be able to choose from different seasons. So if it's the season 1, 2, or whatever. So for that, I don't remember which exactly library we are using. Does Expo have something like this? Expo picker. A component that provides access to the system you are picking between several options. This library was formerly known as React Native Picker. If you have that library, okay. Okay, let's install the Expo. Using Expo, let's install this picker. I'm gonna open the terminal. Expo install picker. And let's check the documentation. Yeah, it's the same one as here. And that's how we will render it. And we will render it just above, just below these buttons that we have here. So our buttons are row with icon buttons. That's here. And underneath, we will display the picker. Okay, we will have to import it first. And selected value. Let's think what are the items inside this will be. So for the on value changed, not gonna do anything right now. And selected language, nothing, not yet. What's wrong here? Okay, like this. So first of all, let's think on how to render the items inside here. So our items should be the, let me open the data.movie. And the items should be the names of all the seasons that we have. So it should be, in this case, it should be the season 1, because that's the first season, then season 2, and then that's it. That's the two seasons that we have. So we... Okay, let's do it where? We can do it even here. I'm thinking how we will change the component later, so it will make more sense. So const season names, and here we will do a mapping on the seasons, movie dot seasons dot items, and this is the array list of seasons, but each season contains an object and it contains a lot of data, but we need only the name from here. So we will map from an object to a string, and that string will be the name. So to do that, I'm gonna say map, and for each season we're gonna take only the season dot name, like this. Then using these season names, we can do one more mapping here. So for the season names, for each one of them, we will render season name. So we will map again for all the season names, and for each name, which we'll get here, we will render one item, one picker item, and the picker item will have label season name, just name, this one, and the value will also be season name. Save. Where is it? Each child in a list should have a key. Okay, we can send a key here as season name. Where is this picker? I don't see it. Oh, it's here. Okay, we need some style, but we already see the two seasons. Let's see what styles it accepts. Props, style, selected value. Let's try to do it with style here. Style equal color white. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna do it here. Does it also has this? What happened? Okay. Should be here. Save. Okay. I think it also should have a drop down here icon. So now I'm able to see a list of all the seasons that we have. And in the movie, if I'm gonna add a new season, I'm gonna copy this one, and I'm gonna add season 3. Now I will be able to see 3 seasons here. Okay, now we need to be able to change between seasons. And when we change between seasons, to render different items here. And for that, we need to keep track of a variable, like which season are we viewing right now, which season is active right now. And to do that, for that, we will need a state variable. Current season. Current season. There is a lot of ways to track the current season. Either we have a whole season object there, or we have the title, the name, the ID, the index, and so on. Probably we'll do the whole object, like the whole season object. And that's gonna be a use state. And initially the first season is gonna be initially, yeah, the current season will be the first one, and then we'll be able to change it. So let's import the use state from React. Current season. In the FlatList, now we shouldn't say that the data is coming from the first season, but we should say that the data is coming from the current season. Okay, let's make sure that we do that. In our picker, selected value will be current season dot name, and on value change item value item index. We're gonna use the item index, and we're gonna set the current season with set current season, and we're gonna set it with seasons, right? Or how is it called? Movie dot seasons dot items at position item index. Let's save now and let's have a look if it works. Let's change the season here from 1 to 2, and we see different episodes. If we change back to season 1, we see the value updated also in the picker, and also that the items rendered here are also updated. You know what? I think I don't like that there is no space around the episode here. I'm gonna go to the components, episode, style, index, here, where, here. All right. Let's do margin in general, vertical and horizontal. Yeah, that's perfect. So we are able to change the seasons. We are able to see this season changed. No drop down for picker. I think it should be visible here. Is just yeah, the color is the same as the background, because if I do, what if I do view, for example, here, background color white. Yeah, you see the arrow is there, but it's with dark color. So not sure how to style it. Let's check the documentation. Style, but picker style type. Oh, drop down icon color. Let's go to the picker, and here drop down icon color is equal to white. Now, yeah, now we see that the drop down is indeed white. Yeah, here we can say that the width is 200 pixels, so with the even 150, even less, 100. If we want to make okay, that's not what I want. If we want to make the arrow close to the text here. Woohoo! Yeah. So I think that's it with our movie detail screen. That was a long that was a quite big component. Commit movie details screen. Can you bring in the drop down closer too? Yeah, here it is. So are we good here? The next step is to set up the player, the video player. That's gonna be interesting. So for that, lots of homework for the weekend. Yeah, sorry for that, but we gotta learn. Because if we do not learn, who is gonna? Okay, let's, we're gonna use Expo AV to render the video. Let's close some tabs here. And let's open the documentation, Expo AV. This is a library that helps us work with audio and video. That's why it's AV, audio video. So let's install first of all the library. Expo install. And then we will be able to import the video and audio from Expo AV. Okay. Example with video, handle video ref, playback object equals to component, video ref. That's gonna be interesting. Sound playback object. Yeah, I think we did that with audio on in our Spotify clone. Where is it? So it's pretty much the same as loading and displaying an audio. So where is the Spotify clone here? We have here our components, player widget, index. Yeah, first of all, where is it? Audio. Are we rendering it somewhere? Okay. Yeah, that's the beginning of the whole process. Yeah, we create a video or a sound with create a sync. Then we set the new sound. And where are we? That sound. Sound. Don't see where we are rendering it, but okay. So is our library installed? Okay, let's try to render this video, and we are gonna probably do it where? In our screen. No, we're gonna create a new component for that. Video player. Let's come on. What's that? Did I create something wrong? New folder. Video player. New file. Index. tsx. New file. Styles.ts. Style sheet from React Native and const styles export default styles. That's it with styles. Here within the index React Native functional component. I hate it like this. Const video player is equal to this component. Export default video player. The video player will have props. Video player props. And I think we will send just the episode object to this player, and that's it, the whole object. Interface, video player props is episode. The episode will be, and in this case we share the same type for the episode. So I think we can make this type global. Yeah, okay, we can just copy the same things from there here. Or another way is to go into the global types and create the export type episode is equal to this. And this is like how an episode will look like. And if we save the episode, we can say that this episode is on episode type, like this, and we do not duplicate the code. And the same we do for the, let's say, video player episode item here. This way we reuse the same types. Dry concepts, don't repeat yourself. Okay. Const episode is equal to props. In our where? In our screens, movie detail screen index, I think instead of this image, we can render the video player components, and the episode will be will be the, you know what? Should we keep it in state? Yeah, let's keep it in state. Const current episode set current episode. And the current episode will be first season dot episodes dot items at position 0. And later on we'll be able to change it. So episode is the current episode. Like this. Right? Right. Video player. Okay, we have here the video player. Let's try to render it here. Video. That we will import from Expo AV. Handle video ref. Let's do that as well. Const. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to style everything here. Okay. Okay, we can load the sync here. Source initial download first. Okay. So on the playback object, let's load a sync, and this function expects. First one is source. Source can be a URI. Okay, we can define it as a separate object to keep it more organized. Source will have a URI, which will be episode.video. Video, right? And we will send it as a first parameter to the load async. Null is not an object. Playback load async. Playback object. Okay, the initial status. Does we have a playback? Playback video. Expected free arguments. Okay, load async expects free arguments. Const initial, how's it called? Initial state. initial status is another parameter that we need to send. And the last one is download first. This is a boolean. If set to true, the system will attempt to download the resource to the device before loading. This value defaults to true. Note that at the moment this only works on source of a required path. Okay. We're gonna do source. The second one is initial status, and the first one is false because we don't want to download it first, because you would have to wait a lot of time to download it. URI should play is playing should play is not an object. Why it is not an object? Let's console log playback object. Playback object. Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, but now it didn't give me an error, which is good. Okay, what else can we send to there? Sad. Yeah, this is only with playback status. Let's load. Let's do the. Where is it? On playback status update. This is the first one. This is. But create a sync where this is default initial status. Okay, let's open the video documentation here because it will give us more information. Video reference video. Yeah, it's a bit different here, to be honest. We just send the source here, the styles, and just a reference. I think this method is a bit easier. Let's try it. Video you. And here we will send refs. Styles video URI for the URI. Yeah, we have a same URI, but we can take it from episode.video. Resize mode contain is looping. We don't need that. And status. Yeah, let's keep track of the status of a video. I'm gonna import the use state. Probably I'll not need this one. Styles cannot be defined. Okay, let's import styles from our styles file. Let's save, and in our styles we will need to define the styles for the video, which I think needs to have some what video styles, width, height, something like that, at least. With 100%, and height, let's say 200 pixels. Yes, we have it. We have it. And it will even work in full screen. So for the height, instead of height, probably we need to do the aspect ratio 16:9. Save. Yes, like that. And resize mod contain. Yeah, I think for the video, it's important to be contained, not cover, in order not to lose the details of the video if it's in a different format. Okay, it also has a poster, I know, that we can set source and poster source props, customize the source of video contents. Yeah, here, poster source. And we can set it here is equal to episode.poster. Save. And the poster should be displayed whenever the video loads. We declare some styles for poster as well, an optional property to pass custom styles to the poster image. I think we're good. Hey poster, why are not displayed? Poster style with, I don't know, 100% height. Doesn't want to show the poster. I think the poster just displays while it's loading. I think when the video has finished loading, it doesn't display the following. Yeah, probably when it finishes, it doesn't display. Oh, use poster here. Use poster. Equal true. Come on. Come on. Yeah, right now it uses the poster, and I think I don't even need the styles like this. And if I press, nothing happens because use poster is always true. Oh no. Yeah, it actually works. So we can put it full screen. We can turn the screen around. Will you? I think I don't have. Oh, come on. Auto rotate, but it should be. Might be we're not able to rotate. If we go to app.json, orientation here is portrait. Let's have a look what value it should be to have both portrait and Expo. .json. Control find or orientation. Default portrait landscape. Logs you're up to a specific orientation with portrait default to no log valid values. If we just delete it, and we probably might have to rerun it. And let's do the auto rotate. Yeah, why isn't it working? Landscape, does it? If I set it to landscape, will it display it to landscape by default? I don't see it displayed in landscape. Am I saving the file? Orientation landscape. Yeah, that's weird. I think we just have to it should be auto or default. I don't see auto here. I think this logs the orientation, but if it doesn't have, probably it should work. I'm not sure why on the phone, on the emulator, it doesn't work. And yeah, I don't. I would like to try it on the real device because I think it's some issue with the emulator. Try to rerun React. Yeah, probably it's something like that. But that's not a big issue. Let me look for documentation if there is anything else that we need to do. Poster, yeah, we did that. Use native controls. Right now, yeah, we are using the native controls of a device. However, if we don't use native controls, we are able to create a custom component for the controls, and in that way we can have a play button. Also, we can select the episode from this bar, and more things. I'm not gonna get into turn off emulator. I'm not gonna get into the details because it will take a while, and I'm okay with having these default controls as they are here. But just for you to know, you are able to customize the control bar here. What else? Okay, some interesting things from the library. Yeah, the other thing that we can do is to be able to change the episodes from here. So if we select another episode, to change the episode in our player. So let's do that as the last step in our player and in our movie details page. So let's go to our movie details index, and here let's current episode. Yeah, we need to call the set current episode whenever we click on an episode here. So that's there's the flat list with episodes. There is a on touch, or on select. Wait, let's check the documentation. React Native flat list. On progress legacy remove. Yeah, I don't see that it has. I thought that it has a custom features like on select, but it seems it doesn't. So yeah, we can do that by passing a function to the episode item and set or on press. Let's do it like this. We'll call the set current episode on press. Yes, and let's go to the episode item component, and here the interface will receive a on press, which will be a function that will contain an episode like this. I think it's like this, isn't it? And let's define, let's take the one press from the props, and we will change from a view to a pressable, and we'll declare the on press equal to on press. Pressable will import from React Native. Save. Yeah, on press. No, on press. We will call the on press, and we need to send here the episode. Save. In here. Press episode. type despite set state action. Yeah, the types are a bit different. On press set current episode. So if I change the current episode, I'm gonna add just to console log to see if we actually call this function, and set current episode. Save here. Expected. Come on. Okay, this is this one on press. Then it's that one. Without this one. Here we need to close the episode item. Then we need to close them. I'm so lost. Save. And let's have a look here. If we press on this one, episode 1, if we press on the next one, episode 2. Okay. But we also need to make sure that we know that we are setting it properly in state. We're calling it whenever we press. We can do it like this. The only thing is that we need to make sure that whenever we change the episode, the videos will change as well in the player index here. Source. Console log. Let's console log the episode. I think it should. So this is the first one. If we press on the next one, it changes to the next one. For the I will do a poster style, and I'll set the resize mode to cover, because in this case it doesn't look very good. Save like this. So whenever we change the episodes in the list, whenever we click on them, we see that the player also changes. So we are able to play, I hope. Are we able to play? Yes, we are. It's just because the video is loading, and that's why it was so slow. And also, yeah, we can change the seasons. Select a new one, for example, this one. And whenever it changes, the video also changes. But the thing is that I have the same URL for the video everywhere. But you know what? I think it's not gonna change the video when it's playing. And I think that we will have to do some heavy lifting here. So whenever we will define a use effect. So whenever our episode changes, we will have to replace the video in our player. So that's video unload async. First of all, we need to unload the current video. So here we'll have an async function that we are gonna call right away. And inside this function will await video.unload async. This is of type video. It's not video, it's playback. Type playback. Oh, dot current. Object is possible null, so we'll do if video dot current. We will return. First of all, we will unload a sync and then we should load another video. Load async. First one is source. URI is episode dot video. We don't need nothing here. Why set status is boolean? It's not boolean. Oh, boolean. Let's save. Cannot file use effect. Okay, we can import it. You don't need to be mean about that. Okay, let's try to play this video. Okay, and if I press on the next one, something should happen. It should start from the beginning. Yes, that's true. And because we have the same video, maybe it's a bit confusing. But yeah, it unloads the previous video and then it loads the next one. So that's why it starts from the beginning. So if I press on this one, I will see shortly that it loads the video from the beginning and we are able to play it. So that's good. Yeah. And that's that's it that I wanted to do with the video player in this video. So I'm gonna do git add git commit -m video player. Video player. All right. Okay, guys, we have finished the first video. So if you have any questions, now is the time. Let's spend a bit of time talking, and I'll wait you at the same time next Friday in order to continue this series, and we will implement the backend for our Netflix clone. One more thing, guys, one more thing. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to this slide later, but I forgot that we didn't speak about the navigation. Yeah, let's, because initially our application should render our home screen, but that's gonna be easy. Save. And if I refresh it, it should display the home screen. And inside the home screen, where we have it, home screen, we have a flat list with home category. Okay, let's go into our home category component. Yeah, in home category component. What happened there? What happened there? Run on Android. And our home category component contains a list of movies and an image. Yeah, this image is a movie. We can, yeah, we'll put this image inside the pressable because we want to register presses here. Image goes here. And on press, we will const on movie press is equal to a function console warn movie title. Let's console warn the movie title to make sure that we movie. What does the movie have? Movie title. And here on press will be on movie press, and we'll send the item there. Save. Okay, here is our home screen. Let's press on this one. We see undefined. Why we see undefined? Movie. Press. ID. Poster. Oh. Movie. Movie ID. Movie.id. Yeah. Movie.id. Movie 3, if we press on another one, movie 2, movie 1, and so on. That's good. So what do we need to do here? We need to navigate to the movie details screen. So let's import a hook, use navigation. That will allow us to get access to the navigation from React Native navigation. Where is it? Navigation. This one, React Navigation Native. So first of all, we will get the navigation using this hook. Use navigation, and then we simply do navigation dot navigate to the movie details, and we also send some parameters there. We send the ID of a movie will be movie.id. Save, and let's press on a movie. Navigate with payload name. Okay, let's check the name. It's movie details screen. If we press, now it redirects us. So yeah, and now in the header we see a back arrow, which is exactly what Netflix has, and which allows us to go back to our home screen and choose another movie. And yeah, at the moment we display the same movie, but in the next video we'll be able to query this movie from database based on the ID that we send here and display the data specifically about that movie. So yeah, we cover the navigation as well. So let me commit navigation. And I think that's it for today. Let's hope that I will not remember something else. So yeah, as I said, next week, Friday at 3 p.m. GMT, as usual, we are continuing this build, and we start implementing the backend of this application, where we will implement the authentication. So the users will be able to register, to sign up, to set that they forgot the password, to receive the emails, and so on. Then we're going to implement the database that will store all the movies, all the data about all the movies, about the categories, and so on. And also we'll implement the storage for the videos. And this is like where the actual video files will live. So that's what we're gonna do next week. I'm super excited about that. Now let's get to some questions if you have any. Yeah, it's almost 4 hours. I hoped that it would have been 3, but no. So guys, do you have any questions? Or should we call it a day? Okay. Someone asked probably some time ago, can I use Amplify for my app like TikTok for storage for better performance? Yeah, Amplify is a great backend for application, and it scales very well. It's very easy to get started with it. It's a bit technical. However, it has a lot of things already pre-built. For example, for authentication, it has a lot of components pre-built in that you can just take and use. And yeah, if you set up it correctly, it's gonna be very performant. Like it will outperform any DIY solutions. Okay. What else? What else? Is backend done today? No, backend is gonna be done next Friday. So I'm gonna wait till next Friday at 3 p.m. GMT. Same time, same place. What do you think about Flutter? I think I'm asked about these questions every live stream. I haven't tried Flutter myself. I saw some code about on Flutter. I think that the code looks very messy and unreadable. A lot of nesting going on, but maybe I saw bad code. I don't know. So yeah, that's my opinion. But I'm looking forward to give it a try and to see how it goes. The Uber application real-time geo-tracking is complete, and yeah, we finished it previous week. So maybe you skipped it, or maybe you're expecting something more. I don't know, but yeah, we have all the real-time geo-tracking for cars that is updated in the user side. Hello, sir. I want to ask, why do you do tutorials in AWS Amplify and not in MongoDB? Because I think that AWS Amplify is a great backend for like 95% of applications. It's very performant. It has a lot of things pre-built, so you don't have to rebuild the wheel. Just thinking about how much time I would spend in a Node.js with a Mongo system to implement, for example, things that do not differentiate an application. For example, authentication. Having authentication will not differentiate your application from your competitors. What else? Yeah, logging and stuff like that are already done in Amplify, so you can just get going, start using them, and implement the business logic that actually makes sense. And I really wish that I started my startup using Amplify, because my startup, yeah, it's using Node.js, MongoDB, GraphQL, and so on. And I spent a lot of time building basic stuff that are so easy to do with Amplify. But that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna do any Node.js tutorials with MongoDB. I'm looking forward to that because a lot of people are asking. So yeah, we are definitely gonna do in near future a tutorial with Node.js MongoDB backend. Can we use Material UI in React Native? I haven't used Material UI in React Native. Yeah, we should Google it and do and check if there is a library for that. I'm not sure. And is UI completed for Netflix? Are UI and backend two different things? If I want to become front-end developer, should I watch your UI video? Will that be good for me? Yes, the UI for the Netflix is most probably complete. We'll see. Maybe we will have to adjust some things when we'll implement the backend, but not. Yeah, this is the most important things are already done. So if you're looking forward to do only front end, I would highly recommend. Yeah, I mean, yeah, go ahead and watch only this video, only the front end. And implement it yourself, but I would recommend to have a look at the next video as well, and you'll see how easy it is to build the backend, because yeah, nowadays having like a full stack knowledge gives you a lot of opportunity. Like more and more nowadays the front end and back end is is getting closer together, and it's not like it was like, I don't know, 3 or 5 years ago, where you had like very specific backend developer and very specific front-end developer. Now in all the companies that I worked, even at Amazon, most people were full stack developers, and they were handling both front-end and backend, because a lot of things are interchangeable. So I would suggest just to watch the next video, and if you enjoy it, that's great. If you prefer only front end, that's also good. You're not missing on. Best practice is to use Facebook skeleton skin. You mean the loading skeleton? Maybe we will implement it in the next video, when we will implement like loading screen and so on. Dropdown list in React Native, we used the picker library right now. It's pretty basic, but it does the job. So it renders the native picker element. It's gonna look different on iOS, because it renders the native component. Where did you learn GraphQL? I learned mostly all the technologies that I know by building, by doing, by creating, by working at startups and projects. Not just for the sake of learning them, but to actually solve a problem. So for example, I don't know, even AWS, I learned it at my startup because I needed to know it, because I'm the CTO and I have to manage everything there, and to optimize it, our architecture on AWS. That's why I also went for the AWS certifications, in order to understand, to have a deeper knowledge about AWS, and to make sure that I'm optimizing the cost, the performance, the security of our system in cloud. Vadim, thanks so much. Thank you very much for watching. What are you thinking about Moti animation in React Native? I haven't worked with it. I saw some videos about them, about this library. I can't say anything about that. I should have a look probably, because before having an opinion. Okay, guys, what do you say if we continue this discussion in our Discord channel? So the link is in the description. Join the Discord channel and let's talk there, because it's already 4 hours, so we've come a long way. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for sticking till the end. If you enjoy this video, and if you find this stuff valuable that I'm creating here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel, turning the notification bell on, not to miss the future live streams, because I'm going live every Friday at 3 p.m. GMT time. And these videos takes a lot of time to prepare, to build, and to create here. So if you would drop a like, subscribe to the channel, that would mean a lot to me. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. Probably see you next week. So as always, guys, take care, stay hydrated, and write clean code.